Yo, it's Mac from the Everyday Nobody's podcast. I know you see the title, so let's get straight to it. I think No Jumper is going broke. Either that or Adam22 is a crackhead. Now, I don't mean he's literally a crackhead, but I'm looking at some of the ads that he takes, and some of it just don't make sense to me. I'm starting to understand what Joe Budden meant when he used to go on those rants about ads, because people would do a 2 to 3 hour podcast. They'd shout out a company. They do an ad for them maybe 2 to 3 times throughout the duration of a 2 to 3 hour podcast. It would get the reach of hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of people, and they was only getting $1,200. Like, the ads weren't making sense. And now I get where Joe Budden was coming from. Not to mention, a lot of the time, these people are taking ads that they don't even use. They know nothing about them. So it's like, wouldn't you prefer to wait for an ad that's actually tailored towards you? You know something about it. You can actually speak to it to where it sounds a little more authentic opposed to just reading a script. That's what he was getting to. He wasn't saying he wouldn't take ads. He was just saying, I won't take any ad and I won't be underpaid. I get that.
Talking about advertising, we're talking about a culture that is attached to advertising, right? So, how do I say this?
I'm sure that's somewhat predatory.
When you learn, it is. But when you learn the value of your podcast and your stream, then, I mean, you don't have to go and take this crackhead shit. You realize you can go get one Samsung or one Cadillac, or you need to meet one of these major companies that understand what you're doing and what you can offer. The Pusha T Arby's marriage.
Right.
You don't need to be a hoe for all of America. Because that's not by our design. That's by their design. Back to this advertising culture. That's what I was trying to say. Today, to get in some of these conversations that we're talking about, you relinquish control. You can still own your product, but you will relinquish control of what happens to that fucking IP. So they could just litter your shit with whatever they want.
Yep.
For however long they want or however short they want. And if it's not bringing back what they think it should bring back,
It's a dub.
then what does your product look like when they're finished with you after they've fucking ruined your broadcast for the last 2 to 3 to 4 years?
Yep.
Now back to Adam22. He takes all kind of crackhead ads. It's like on one hand, he'll take a Fashion Nova ad.
Okay. We have a lot of exciting stuff to go on this stream. The first thing I want to say before we say anything, I'm loving my new Fashion Nova leggings. They feel great. They're great for exercising. They're great for chilling. They're great for getting your stroke on, if you feel what I'm saying. Shout out to Fashion Nova, Nova Men's. Tap inwardly. I guess now that we have that out of the way.
Not mad about that. Fashion Nova, you know, he shows off the pants or whatever at the beginning of the podcast. I'm sure they send him some money. It's not a bad deal. He had to wear something either way, right? Cool. But then he does this King Palm deal. King Palm is like a weed company. Not mad at it. They smoke weed on No Jumper all the time. So it's not weird. It's not a weird concept for them to do it. But then just yesterday, I watched them do 5 minutes of advertisement for something called Zip-X, which is like something to help you quit smoking. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, what? Are you pro smoking or are you against smoking? Like, that's crackhead stuff to me. And you clearly don't know anything about it. And clearly everybody that was on the podcast, they had no idea what this was. They didn't even know Adam was going to pop it out. So it's just weird. Now let's get to Prize Picks. Everybody's doing some type of sports ad. Not mad at it. They're handing the bag out. So if the bag is there, go get it. But it's cringy to hear Adam talk about sports because he's mentioned many times that he doesn't know about sports. And sometimes when he's reading these ads, you know he didn't write this. You know he didn't even rehearse this. He's just saying whatever is on the teleprompter. That is cringy. I heard him say Saquon. He never said Saquon Barkley. He could not get that right. And then he couldn't even pronounce Mahomes. Like, when we're talking about during the playoffs, when he was supposed to read Patrick Mahomes, he was like, Mahomes. He couldn't even say Patrick Mahomes. That's why it's like you can clearly tell this is not just a faux pas. This ain't no mistake. He doesn't watch sports, and they're just giving the bag to anybody. Like I said, not hating, but this is crackhead stuff that you're doing. But then it gets worse because Adam does some promo for like a meme coin.
Adam22, and I am coming to the crypto world, dropping my first ever meme coin. So make sure you stay tapped in. It's dropping on Solana ASAP. Watch this space.
Shout out to CoffeeZilla. He just put out a video basically reporting on Adam scamming his fans.
Adam22, the podcaster, just pump and dumped his fans after being warned by me that this would happen. And after telling me what a fan he was a few years ago, saying how bad it is when influencers do these kinds of deals, only now he's doing it. It's nice to see people rally around how scummy these influencer crypto deals are. Here's what's interesting. Adam22 said, yeah, made me so glad I never took any deals. People were trying to send me to promote random coins. Although once I watched your video and saw them making 200K for it and kind of regretted it. Ha ha. That, ladies and gentlemen, that ha ha is foreshadowing. You know, I thought to myself, I have been in DMs with this guy. I forgot that he knew that influencer scams were bad. I forgot about those early messages, right? But I thought, you know, I should warn him. In good faith, I reached out. I said, hey, you shouldn't run a coin. It's lame, and you're gonna scam or get scammed. This is what you see a lot. Influencers also will get scammed. They'll think they're doing a fun thing. And then Adam22 says, how else am I gonna afford all this galaxy gas? I say, hey, these guys want to snipe your coin. He said, I don't care. I just got paid to do the tweet. I have nothing to do with it.
If you're not familiar with CoffeeZilla, his whole thing on YouTube is to find scammers. Like, he catches all the celebrity scammers who use their cachet to scam their fans. So Adam22, he tried to act like he didn't know what was going on, but he actually reached out to CoffeeZilla because he wanted to have him on the show. And he admitted, one, Coffee, I love your show, and I love that you're exposing that all these celebrities are basically taking an advantage of their fans. That was back in 2021. But Adam did say one thing that kind of has proven even more that he knew what he was doing, because he says to CoffeeZilla, dang, I know it's a scam. I know it's messed up, but some people reached out to me. I didn't know they was paying $200,000 to promote this scam. I would have did it. Just kidding. And then you look at yesterday, he wasn't kidding. 4 years later, he actually did the pump and dump scam, and he scammed fans out of $200,000. It's foul. What makes it even worse is he won't even take accountability. Like, he literally starts a conversation of saying, hey, I want to take accountability for this. But then he goes in saying, well, Flacco's the one who told me about it. And he was like, well, if the Baby and Moneybagg Yo, they did the same thing, and when they got caught, they didn't get any backlash, so I didn't think it was that bad. He threw 3 people under the bus, and he still won't just say, hey, I messed up, even though he knew he messed up. He tried to lie, tried to say he didn't know. He didn't expect CoffeeZilla to pop up 4 years later. And then he tried to basically throw everybody under the bus. Dude's foul. No morals at all. No integrity.
I just want to reveal something. And this is going to be like catnip to the people out there who claim that I'm no accountability 22.
Let's hear it.
Oh, wow.
Let's hear it.
I was scammed.
You were scammed?
Listen, someone told me that they had a bag for me to promote a crypto token. When it was proposed to me, they told me Moneybagg Yo just did this. He didn't have any significant amount of backlash. The Baby just did this. He didn't have any significant amount of backlash. Here's a couple other rappers that are set to do this in the next couple days. I take the payment. The person who facilitated this, who I don't want to say exactly who it is. Let's just say he's 5'2", used to live in Liberia. I feel like the guy who created it maybe kind of got one over on me right there. And I also had no idea about any sort of nefarious intent. People are saying that this was a rug pull. I didn't know. I didn't realize that this was going to be the same type of thing that I've watched so many CoffeeZilla videos about.
Then to slap his fans in the face even more, he says, I am going to do another one, but this time I want to do it right. Can you guys reach out and tell me how this could have been better? I'm like, whoa, Buddy's deranged. Like, he don't even see nothing wrong with what he did, but the proof is here. CoffeeZilla kept all the text from them, so we know he's lying. Now let's have the honest conversation. We know Adam22, he's soulless, he's moralless, So we shouldn't be too surprised. I'm just trying to figure out what's the bigger picture. Like, why is he doing this? I do remember when everybody left, he had just purchased like a $4 million venue. And then AD leaves, T-Rail leaves, Duno leaves, Smack leaves, Gina leaves. Like, everybody leaves. It gets so bad. House Phone left, Yuri left, Potlore left, Blasey left. Like, a bunch of people left. It got so bad that he actually had to fire a bunch of editors. So Riley left. So it did get bad, and I'm thinking it's because of money. And then he even had to cancel the news show. There was a point where he was going to cancel the whole No Jumper. There was going to be no more No Jumper. So I know things got hard. So now I'm starting to think, is this why he's acting like a crackhead out here? Because all money ain't good money, especially if you got to scam people out of $200,000. I really think Adam22 is going broke. But what do I know? I'm just an everyday nobody. Tell me what you think in the comments. 1, is Adam a crackhead? And not literally, but like a crackhead for ads? Or is he just a hustler? Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out.